So my niece is 14 years old. She's the oldest of 12 nieces and nephews that I have. And she's already talking to me about the fact that she thinks that working towards gender equality is really important. And I think that's wonderful, but I also think that's shit. That she's 14 and she's already worried about the fact that things aren't equal in this world for women. That at 14 years old, you're already thinking about how should I be fixing this problem when it's a problem that shouldn't exist in 2016.
It's not this pie in the sky, can't be done thing. Like, it's not the unachievable, it's real.
It's just making the most of every moment, you know. So when my son Frankie is asleep, I'm working, you know, and at night time when the kids are in bed, I'm working again. So there's not a lot of one-on-one time with the husband at the moment. It's a big sacrifice and a big commitment.
The impetus for SheStarts was the fact that when you look at the tech and startup environment, all you see is a bunch of guys in hoodies and sneakers playing ping pong. Women are missing in this picture.
Once women get funded, they actually have a really high success rate all the way through funding because they're building successful businesses. We're just not opening the funnel up enough at the start.
When we opened applications on the 4th of October, at 7:30 in the morning, the first person had already registered their application. We had 800 people registered to apply, and it was only open to half the population.
Like, you should have seen the applications we've got. They're like crazy impressive.
As soon as the news leaked out that, you know, I've been accepted into the top 20 with SheStarts, you know, the phone started ringing.
Confidence is a huge thing, and feeling like that I deserve to be here and people like believe that it's a viable product and that it's worth fighting for.
Quivalence was no longer an idea that my husband and I talk about. It's now I talk about to everyone and anyone who'll listen.
But I'm always concerned when people, men or women, come to me during a hackathon, during an advisory session or whatever it is and say, this startup is my baby. But, well, then now I have to come and criticize your baby.
Welcome to SheStarts Bootcamp. The next 2 weeks, we're going to find out just how big and game-changing your ideas are.
I'm here to expose some unfortunate realities that half of you are not going to make it through this program.
A startup is a journey that's full of unknowns.
A product without marketing is like winking at a girl in the dark, right? You know what you're doing, but nobody else knows what you're doing, and that's why you need to be pitching.
Product itself, in terms of the detail, is less important. It's how you're going about solving the problem with the product. I want to hear the how rather than the what.
What I don't see tested often enough is per use pricing. When I want to go and get a coffee twice a day, you know, I'm not a subscriber of a coffee shop.
Pricing itself is something we're still so open with and still working out the best ways to do it.
When you buy something you desire, you're not doing it because it's a rational thought. You rationalize it after the fact. You go, I want that because it looks awesome, or I want that because it makes me feel good, or I want that because I'm hungry. These are primal emotions that we feel.
There are some that perhaps are going to need a little bit more coaching to get themselves particularly ready for those judges.
A lot of people come to programs like this knowing that their business is going to be taken apart and put back together, or maybe not put back together at all, but they don't expect that everything that you know about the stuff that you know might not be true in this building.
We had expected that kind of things would all get torn apart and put back together, but the number of times things got torn apart and put back together, I would have never been able to imagine.
You know, when you have an idea and someone challenges that and tests it, there's two ways to look at it, I guess. You can be kind of a little bit disheartened, or you can actually look at what they're telling you and really embrace it.
To be honest, it felt like a slap in the face, but it was the slap that we needed.
We'll find out that the fit's there or the fit's not, and sometimes finding out that the fit's not there is just as important.
When they're standing in front of these judges, they will have by that stage, if they haven't already, realised that they're standing before perhaps the biggest opportunity of their life.
Listen, being in the top 20 is already a life changer, so I don't need to be in the top 10. I mean,
badly hoping and I'm going to work really hard to be in the top 10, believe that.
I'm not worried about their ideas, I'm worried about mine and making mine as best as it can be.
There's nervous tension in the belly.
To actually communicate the vision in a way that people in that room will understand.
My heart is beating very fast.